We're here at Newmarket Church today. Let's go in and see what we can find in here. Beautiful building, lovely acoustic, and here we have a Lewis organ which we rebuilt in 2016 with a new soundboard, and the grate was tonally modified quite drastically with Baroque inspiration. There we are, it sits up there. It was in a Baptist church, then it was saved and brought here by a previous priest. The case pipes were painted as well, so it's quite on show, but very beautiful. It's a nice Lewis open Diapason there on the front, which when that sounds you don't need a tuba. We'll go and have a listen, but here we are, Newmarket Roman Catholic Church. Very fine. Well, here we are at the console. I'm going to do a really quick whistle-stop tour of the instrument. She's not very big. 6 stops on the grate, 4 on the swell and 1 on the pedal. It works very well in Baroque music because you can just use the grate as the plenum and the Bourdon, of course, on the pedal, with the swell coupled down with the 8-foot trumpet for your Baroque pedal reed. As I said before, it was inspired by Baroque organs from 1700s. This is the first video I've done properly, so there might be a few little nooks and crannies where you think, oh, he's said the wrong word there. Anyway, here we go. It's all about having a nice time and enjoying the adventures as we go around some of these instruments when we go tuning or working on the organs, or even just visiting them and seeing some beautiful churches. This was one of my first forays into the inspirations from Baroque organs and the adventures and inspirations of Rafe Downs. So this has actually turned out to be quite an eclectic instrument, well, let's have a listen and hope you enjoy it. So I'm going to start with the swell, the Diapason, which was revoiced. All of the original pipework, the nicks were removed. Here we go then. Adding the 4-foot principle. The Diapason on the swell is very small scaled, so quite stringy, and the Gamba, which we're using here as a Celeste Gamba, works exceptionally well. Massive big strings there. So we'll start with the box shut. When coupled up, they actually penetrate through the whole organ. It's quite an amazing effect, really. The trumpet, I haven't tuned it yet. We revoiced this with new tongues and no weights at all across the whole of the spectrum of the compass. Moving on to the grate, the new Lieblich Gedeckt. The grate was where I put most of the new pipe work on. Canister Gedeckt. I really like a canister Gedeckt. The 4-foot, which is Spitz in style, so it's conical. sounds beautiful with the Tremulant. Two together. The 8-foot and the 2-foot. Then 12th was a new stop, added the organ could have a 12th before, quite big scale from the 12th. Full of life. With the Gedeckt. So quite a bit of colour on the instrument for just a small amount of stops. The Diapason, which I spoke of earlier, you don't need a tuba when you've got this. This was revoiced, again the nicks were removed, and it turned from quite a fluty, I'm not going to be rude about it because it was a good stop, but it's now very incisive and really works well with a big congregation, which they get here. With the 4-foot principle. Two-foot in the 12th. And there is more to come.